there was some Lions news, and it didn't really involve the Lions. And D-Mac, you know how we do this sometimes. Sometimes I got to go to Spencer for an explanation. Azeez Ojulari of Giants fame. Fame is strong. You know, he's a pretty good player. Solid player.
Injury guy. Also a little injury prone.
Injured a lot. I would say probably in the Zadarius Smith type camp, but gets hurt more. Is that fair?
Yeah, fair.
I'm talking about just production-wise.
Yeah.
Like numbers-wise. He signed a deal with the Eagles. 1 year, $4 million, I believe, was the final figure.
He's also 25. Very young player, too.
Very young player. So, D-Mac, I'm gonna bring Spencer into the fold for a second here, because on paper, and look, we deal with this all the time, right? People will throw names at us on socials, and I'll be like, nah, that's. I figured they were gonna be in on this one, Spenny. No,
because Azeez is like he's a 3-4 guy. You know, he's more of the outside linebacker, edge rush, like pass rush guy. If you didn't sign Derek Barnes, then you'd look at a guy like Azeez Ojulari. But even that, like, Derek Barnes is a more well-rounded Sam linebacker, while Azeez is pretty much specifically a pass rusher from that spot. And so he wouldn't fit to be an edge on the Lions because he doesn't do well in the run, and he can't bump back in the coverage, so you can't play the Sam on the Lions either. So this one I wasn't really too upset. I know Lions fans were upset with it because it was a 1 year, $4 million deal, but this isn't the type of guy they go after. They like the big physical edges that can play in the run as well. So, I'm not dying on this.
Here's my question, Spenny. Probably more of a guy for this team 2 years ago than it was now, right? Yeah. You're picking specific guys, and you just break it down. Why doesn't he work, and why do other guys work? I think that this is the why that will be explained as it's drawn out. We get into draft or whatever, these guys available, is that you look at Derek Barnes because you had the guy that you need to do certain things already there. So as a fan, that gives me more understanding of what, I saw out of Derek Barnes getting hurt, but they believe that he's going to do. And these are the alternatives, right? So you're not there. You might have been there on this guy a couple years ago, but it's also, too, to me, it's gatekeeping. And I know we all go about Brad Holmes likes injured guys. No, he likes certain injured guys that he thinks he can rehab. That's what he likes.
And that come at a distressed price. Yes. And come at a distressed price.
No, and he gets it on his deal. This was not it.
Yeah, Danny G says he's a better James Houston, and that's it. And he's injury prone. I mean, obviously the injury prone part would not dismay Brad Holmes from going after somebody at all. But like I say, he doesn't fit the scheme. They want a guy that can do, like, in that spot, they got Derek Barnes because they love what he does in coverage. He's great in stopping the run, and he can get to the quarterback when asked to. Azeez Ojulari is basically just getting to the quarterback. He can't play edge on this team, and he can't play Sam on this team. So they're not going to bring in a guy that can only do one thing. They've already proven that.
So there you go. Pretty simple explanation, right?
Yeah.
The thing that kind of baffled me about it is the 1 year, $4 million deal, and he's 25 and often injured.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm getting the biggest bag, and I'm coming from the Giants.
And
I'm going to get my bag first.
And I guarantee you he has a great season on the Eagles.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
He doesn't have a choice.
He's on, like you say, he's on the 1 year deal. He fits their scheme perfectly. What he is going to do, the people he has around him is going to make his life a lot easier. He is going to be a great signing for the Eagles, but he would not have fit the Lions scheme.
He's got to go bet on himself and take whatever price, because staying healthy is the biggest thing. So why not go to the Super Bowl champions where in their scheme he fits an absolute role?
And maybe the Lions were in on him. Maybe Brad Hill. You never know. But excuse me, Georgia guy.
Oh yeah.
Playing with all those Georgia dogs that the Eagles have, probably a factor into it.
Yeah, we like Alabama.
Obviously, them coming right off a Super Bowl champion plays a factor into it. Seeing what these guys have gone to Philly, done, and get paid definitely plays a factor into it, too. So it was kind of the perfect storm for him to sign with Philly.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Dante151 in the super chat. I'm not mad at the Lions, but I'm mad at the Giants for not trading him this past season before the trade deadline. So screw the Giants and screw their GM. Well, that's just Giants doing Giants things.
Yeah,
right.
much.
Like, I don't get it, man. And you can weave this in to what the Browns are doing. I don't understand what the Browns are doing.
I don't either.
I don't. Like, what is Myles Garrett going to do for you?
Nothing.
And I'm not saying this like, bring him to the Lions, we should have had him. No, I'm saying like, I'm just looking at it.
It just didn't make sense.
If I'm the Browns GM, and I get the why. I know why. Because when this fails, they'll be fired.
Yeah.
And they don't care what it's like after they leave. They don't care. But my whole thought process is, a lot with the Giants, with the Browns, every team after team has shown you the way of doing this. The Lions are an example.
Yeah.
The Texans are an example. Like,
you could have jump started.
you just got to bottom out
Yeah.
and say, hey, we're dead for a year and a half.
Yeah, tap out. Hire competent people, get a load of draft capital, and hopefully it works.
That's it. Like,
Yeah.
and if it doesn't, you're not in a bad spot because you're just letting draft picks go or trading them at the end of their contracts. Like, I don't understand why there's not more. We're starting to see it with the NFL trade deadline. We're starting to see that have more life. I don't understand why the GMs don't take more of an NBA approach to it.
Yeah, they
and say,
should.
this isn't working. We're going to break this down, sell it off for parts.
So, in a matter of time, right? All it takes is for the first one to operate that way. We will see it.
Yeah, I mean, the Lions did it.
But that's what I'm saying. And the more and more that teams do it, copycat it, right?
You would think, because if this line of thinking can fix the Detroit Lions, then it can work anywhere.
That's a fact.
Anywhere.
But you have.
But here's the thing. No, you have to have the ingredients, and the ingredients have to go all together because you have to have the combination. It works with the formula with the right combination.
It's
And
really
that's coach and GM.
Yeah, it's really the people in the front office. You have to hit on those.
And give Rod and Sheila and Spielman or whatever like that. It starts with the game plan. It starts from the top, and that's what the process and the growing is.
This one, when I look at the Azeez Ojulari signing, I'm more upset with DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah.
Like I think DeMarcus Lawrence would fit exactly what you want to do. He's great in stopping the run. He's obviously great in getting to the passer. He was coming off of an injury. He signed a cheap one-year deal. That would have been, I thought, a perfect addition to this team. Azeez Ojulari, I can see why they didn't sign him.
No,
but I can
mean,
also
that's
see
fair.
why Lions fans are upset because there's a one-year, $4 million deal, and he's
a name you know.
He is a good pass rusher when healthy. So
Yeah, it's just I'm just surprised for him. Like, I think he's represented by Rock Nation.
yeah.
I'll have to text I got a buddy that works
That's
over
why
there. I'm gonna ask
you
him.
go to the Eagles, you stay healthy, you get 8-9 sacks this year, you'll make
Get your bag.
Yeah.
Because he would have got a bag anyway, though, because Hope sells.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
Howie Roseman, effing genius. You didn't pay Josh Sweat, but got just as much production. Yeah.
Nolan Smith.
Well,
way
if
cheaper
he stays
spot.
healthy.
Nolan Smith's going to take a big jump next year. I expect that.
God, I forgot about him.
Well,
Yeah, the Eagles know what they're doing.
when you have two stud defensive tackles like the Eagles do, who would become a problem in the middle of the defensive line, you can put just like regular dudes or like
you
dudes that
could.
just above regular, and they're going to look like ballers because
Yeah.
you have to accommodate. Like, remember when we had Nick Fairley and Ndamukong Suh, best lines defense we ever had.
It's just I liked it better. I liked it better when the Eagles were imploding. You remember that, like 18 months ago?
It was wonderful,
They,
wasn't it?
remember they were 10-0 and they just fell apart. And they
Yeah.
got their ass kicked in Tampa in the playoffs. And I was like, all right, that's the end of them. Damn.
Now we got to put respect on Nick Sirianni's name.
You don't have a
Yuck.
choice.
Yuck.
People got to admit Jalen Hurts is good. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Super Bowl good, yeah.
And they went all in. And I go back to this, D-Mac. The Eagles went all in on Jalen Hurts. All the way in before any of this happened.
Yeah.
To the point where their whole future was tied to Jalen Hurts. And there is not a person
They didn't even
watching this right now that would have done that. Not
Yeah.
one.
They didn't even want to do it to be real, but they did
it.
and it worked. And now they still, for 4 years, have had the most unstoppable play in football. The fucking how has it been 4 years and we haven't figured out the tush push? Like, that shit is crazy.
We see evolvements of it. I liked in the Super Bowl last year when the Chiefs were just like, hey, just try to time it and go. We're right at the goal. Yeah,
Right,
whatever.
right.
Dude, just jumping over the top.
Just jump it, right? That's your best chance.
They literally said, we're going to give them a touchdown if you do it again. What?
You're right.
They should have just said so.
Yeah.
Right.
Do it. Yeah, we're going to do it
They
again.
gonna get it. They gonna get it anyway.
Yeah.
Shit. I might as well try to Troy Polamalu this shit.
Danny G, F Philadelphia. No, don't get me wrong. The worst city in America, by far.
Stand on business.
City for city.
Stand on him, new.
Monmo knows it.
City for city. Steve Wilds, they are smarter than the Lions. They're a problem.
No, Howie Roseman.
Howie Roseman's probably the best GM in sports.
Danny G, I don't ever have to respect Philadelphia, though.
That's fair.
No, the city, no. You have to respect their organization.
Yeah.
Because they were teetering on the brink. Like 2 wheels were off the edge of the cliff.